So let's start with first the bad news related to crypto and then end with the good news. First up, what pushed Bitcoin price below 60K? Charts point at potential Mt. Gox repayment. So Mt. Gox is already moving billions of dollars of crypto. The market thinks they're about to just dump that on the market, causing selling pressure. Then we have the German government moving over 75 million in Bitcoin to exchanges. There's sales of seized reserves that have totaled over $390 million amid concerns over potential market impacts. So we Mt. Gox selling. We have the German government selling. Then we have Bitcoin falling on Biden drama and, yes, risk of sales by German government. Traders mull possibility of tougher rival for pro-crypto Trump. So Bloomberg is saying if Biden drops out of the race, Trump's going to get a tougher candidate and they could be anti-crypto, unlike Trump. And so obviously we're in a high interest rate environment, bad macro situation. So all of this combined is causing novice Bitcoin traders to sell the dip. Crypto quant analysts say newer holders seem unable to stomach the volatility, dumping $2.4 billion in Bitcoin this week. So we have the German government, we have novice Bitcoin traders, and we have Mt. Gox all selling Bitcoin. So that's all the bad news. What is the good news? The good news is the fear and greed index is finally in the fear zones. This is the Bitcoin fear and greed index. Why is this good news? Because whenever Bitcoin enters the fear zone, it has always been a buying opportunity. Same thing is true of all revolutionary technology. When people capitulate and people are afraid, it is an incredible buying opportunity. So that's one piece of good news. Another piece of good news is technically, in terms of price action, we've seen this before. So in black, we see the price of Bitcoin. In orange, we see the S&P 500 stock market. What we're seeing currently is a divergence, right? Bitcoin falling, stocks rising. What's happened every single other time this has happened, going back to October 2022, Bitcoin has subsequently caught up to the stock market and rallied, right? So we had a sell-off here, people were panicking. We had a sell-off here, people were panicking. What happened after people panicked? Bitcoin rose. So what really matters, apart from all the short-term price action noise, is whether or not this software is valuable, whether or not it's growing, whether or not it's being used and profitable. Well, the two biggest chains on Optimism, which runs on top of Ethereum, just hit 10 million monthly active users. Base is Coinbase's blockchain that runs on top of Ethereum, and OP Mainnet also runs on top of Ethereum. So combined in July, massive growth of 10 million monthly active users. What about profitability? Eventually, these assets are going to be looked at like businesses. How valuable is the software? How much revenue is being generated? Well, this is Uniswap's quarterly revenue hitting an all-time high in Q2 2024. So that's the bad news. Bad news is short-term volatility in price. Good news is massively bullish long-term fundamentals.